All right, let's see if we can get Google Sheets to make a dot plot for us. I have a different set of data here. This is in the same document that we've been working with under the tab at the bottom. This is dot plot. And this says, how many siblings do you have? I had 24 students in one of my classes that I surveyed them. These are the results. So if you look at, say, this value right here that I've highlighted, that means that this student had one sibling. Now, anytime you have one of these, I would lock in the first row to make sure that we've got our titles, and then select column A, go to data, and sort it. In fact, it's going to be necessary to sort this if you want to make a dot plot. Next thing is I want to think a little bit about the shape. And the good way to go about that is to calculate the mean. We do that by saying equals average of cells A2 down to A25. And then calculate the median. That would be median from A2 to A25. And the median is smaller than the mean. The mean is larger. That means that the mean has been pulled a little bit to the right, which suggests that this is probably going to have a little bit of right skew to it. Now let's get down to brass tacks. Let's draw this thing. If you just highlight these data and then you go to the chart function, it'll draw you a histogram, but it is not going to be willing to draw you a dot plot. We have to trick it into drawing a dot plot. And the way that we do that is by making a second column. I'm going to call this second column frequency. And then, because it's just the way I roll, I'm going to highlight these and I'm going to center them. And I'm going to center them in the other direction. And frequency means that we're going to count each value that is the same. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students that have no siblings. And then start over again. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 students that have one sibling. 1, 2, 3, 4 that have 2, 1 that has 3, 1 that has 4, and 1 that has 5. Okay. So what Google Sheets is really going to do is it's going to make a scatter plot using this column A as your x-axis and this column B as your y-axis. But when it's all said and done, that is going to end up looking like a dot plot. Check it out. All right. So it automatically went to scatter plot for me. If it didn't for you, go to scatter plot. You can see right here, it ends up looking pretty good. I'm going to change my title to number of siblings. I'm going to note that sure enough, we've got this tail on the right, so this is skewed to the right. And then we should probably change this to number of siblings as well. Keep in mind that you have all the same options under Customize that you had with the histogram. So we could, on the horizontal axis, if we wanted to adjust this, we could say this goes from 0 to 6 if I wanted to be a little bit bigger. I don't like the way that that hides these values right here. I believe there is a way that we can change that. Chart style. Chart axes. Oh, you know that I don't like that blue. Let's pick a different blue. Legend, horizontal axis, vertical axis. Was it under horizontal axis? Allow bounds to hide data. I don't like that. The one other thing you can do here, which is kind of fun, is I believe we are allowed to change the shape. So I could make these into squares, or I could make them into hexagons. I don't really recommend it. I think the circle is the standard. But you can also change the size of the point. And I do think that it is helpful to make it a little bit bigger because that makes it easier to read. And if you end up having to shrink this down, see, like if I go to there. Now it's really nice and legible. So there you have it. There is your dot plot.